let us discuss ampere turn or MMF method of voltage regulation calculation. Okay. So, I have already told you, for a machines having rating of 5 kilovolt amperes, we are going to perform a indirect method of finding voltage regulation. So, all these methods are indirect methods. Okay, for ratings of 5 greater than 5 kVA, the synchronous machines will be tested for voltage regulation in indirect method of testing. So, this is one of indirect methods of testing. Okay, so let us see what is ampere turn or MMF method. So, in EMF method, we have treated the effect of synchronous reactance, that is the effect of leakage reactance only due to EMF. So, we did not consider the extra feature of armature reaction. That is why the name was EMF method. So, in MMF method, the drop due to leakage reactance is treated as drop due to armature reactance. Okay, that means the drop due to leakage reactance is also considered as drop due to armature reactance. In MMF method, the drop due to armature reactance was considered as drop due to leakage reactance. In this method, we are going to treat it reverse. That means the effective drop is considered as armature reaction drop. Okay, the drop due to synchronous reactance is treated as armature reactance drop here. That means the drop due to leakage reactance is treated as drop due to armature reactance. This drop is treated as additional drop due to armature reaction. So that is why this is MMF method. As armature reaction is a flex phenomena and can be represented as flex vector or MMF vector, the name is called MMF method. Okay, because the effect of armature reactance is due to armature reaction only. So armature reaction is a flex component. We know that flex phenomena. It is having a flex phenomena. So leakage reactance having a EMF phenomena, but armature reactance component having a flex phenomena. So it can be represented with a flex vector or MMF vector. Okay. So that's why the name of the method is MMF method. We are going to treat the synchronous reactance effect as a MMF effect. Okay, that's why the name MMF method. Okay, I hope you understand. So here also we are going to need two characteristics. They are OCC and short circuit characteristics. So but here we will be having two types of field currents, that is IFM, which is to produce the main field current required to generate rated voltage under open circuit condition is IFM, and IFA is main field current to produce rated armature current under short circuit condition. Okay, this is to generate a rated voltage under open circuit condition. This is to generate rated armature current under short circuit condition. So let us see what is the behavior of this OCC and SC curves. Okay, so here I have drawn the graph between OCC and ISC. Okay, OCC is between E naught and IF field current. Okay, and short circuit characteristics between ISC and IF. Okay, this is OCC curve and this is short circuit curve. Okay, so here we have two field currents. Here IFM is main field current required to produce rated generated voltage under open circuit condition. Okay, IFM is to generate EOC under open circuit condition, and IFM is to generate rated armature current under short circuit condition. Okay, these two are important. Okay, IFM is the main field current to generate rated voltage under open circuit condition, and IFA is main field current to generate rated armature current under short circuit condition. So these two are under rated condition. So these are rated condition. So we need to generate rated voltage and rated current. Voltage is under open circuit condition and current is under short circuit condition. Okay, so here we will be having two main field currents. Okay, here IFM and IFA. So if our alternator is supplying a full load, okay, if alternator is supplying a full load, let us consider it is supplying a full load. So the total field current will be sum of these two currents, that is IFM plus IFA. It is not arithmetic sum, but it is a vector sum, because IFA is a dependent quantity of armature reaction, which is a dependent quantity of load. That means this this IF net, that is considered IFT. The IFT is a dependent quantity of load and its power factor. Depends on load and its power factor. Okay, so let us consider for a unity power factor. So this is IFM to produce rated voltage under open circuit condition. So this will be our IFA. Okay, for lagging power factor, this will be IFM. Okay, so this will be IFA. So this will be lagging power factor pi. For leading power factor, this will be IFM. Okay, for leading it should be So this is leading power factor, this is lagging, okay, this is IFA, okay. So the sum of these two vectors will be our net current, that is IFT, IF total. So this is IFT vector sum, right, IFT. So this is for unity power factor, and this is for lagging power factor, and this is for leading power factor, okay. So this is our total field current IFM plus IFA, sum of vector sum of IFM and IFA, that will be around here, okay. If you add IFM and IFA, that will be around here. If it is 5, this will be 7, that will be sum will be around, let us consider, if it is 4, if it is 3, so the vector sum will be 4 square plus 3 square, right, okay. How much it will be? 16 plus 9, that will be 25 under root, that is 5, okay. So that will be around, if it is 4 and 3, that will be around here, okay. I hope you understand. So this IFT is vector sum of IFM plus IFA, okay. If IFM is 3 bar and IFA is 4 bar, that will be vector sum, that is 3 square plus 4 square, that will be under 25, that will be 5. So the magnitude of IFT, the total magnetic field current, is 5 amperes. So that's why that is a phasor quantity, that is a vector quantity, right. So let us consider this is our total field current. So we have to find EOC at this current, okay. We have to find EOC, okay, open circuit voltage. This is how we are going to find voltage regulation, right. So here for full load, here for total field current, we are going to find our open circuit voltage, okay. For this IFT, the field current, the open circuit voltage will be here. This is our open circuit voltage. So that you can find E naught minus Vt by Vt, which is a voltage regulation, okay. So by finding IFT, total field current, you can find the generated EMF E naught, so that you can find the voltage regulation E naught minus Vt by Vt into 100. So this is how you are going to find voltage regulation in MMF method. This is MMF method, okay. You are going to find E naught using total field current, sum of our field current to produce rated voltage under open circuit condition, and field current to require to produce rated armature current under short circuit condition. So sum of these two will be our total field current. So at this field current, total field current, you are going to get a EMF, that is going to be our E naught, okay. This is idea. This is how you are going to get our open circuit voltage here, and you can find the terminal voltage, and you can find the voltage regulation. So this is about MMF method. But here one thing here is, we are going to take the value of E naught from the graph, okay, but it may not be linear for a practical condition, okay, because short circuit condition we take for our method is linear, but practically it is not linear, it will be like this, okay. So let us draw the flex and field current waveform, that will be like this, okay, because the flex, let us consider a armature, okay, and a magnetic field, okay. So I am going to excite the magnetic, I am going to excite with DC supply here. So for open circuit condition, what will be the MMF that the flex due to main field will be, just to produce our open circuit voltage E naught, okay. So this, let us consider this is around 10 Webers, okay. This is under open circuit condition, the main field is to generate only E naught only, okay. So under short circuit condition, what will happen? Under short circuit condition, the field current is only to supply our impedance drop, that is synchronous impedance drop, that will be around 0.5 Webers, okay. This is under short circuit condition, okay. Under open circuit condition, the main field flex is only to generate rated terminal voltage, rated open circuit voltage, that is E naught. Under short circuit condition, it is only to supply impedance drop, that is synchronous impedance drop, okay, because the terminal voltage is 0. So under full load, under practical running condition, what will happen? The flex should be sum of these two values, that is around 10.5, right, okay. But practically it is around 15 amps. Why? Because for a linear condition here, for up to this it is linear, right, IF is linear and flex is linear, okay. This is, let us consider the flex is about 8 Webers, this is around 5 amperes, okay. So after this will be going to saturation. So let us consider this is the new saturation point, this is 10 Webers, okay. So for 8 Webers you require 5 amperes, but for 10 Webers what will be the value? This is almost double, right, that is 10 amps. That means under saturation condition you will be needing more current for a very small change in flux. Okay, so you are not going to consider this in our calculation because you are treating it as a linear. That's why the current here in the linear form will be very less. If it is linear, the current required for 10 Webers will be around 7 amps. Okay, that's why you are not considering the saturation condition here. That's why we are not getting the value, actual value, but we are getting the voltage regulation value less than the voltage regulation of actual. We are getting the voltage regulation MMF method less than the actual voltage regulation value, but EMF in EMF method we are getting voltage regulation greater than the actual value. In MMF method we are getting the voltage regulation less than the actual value because we are not considering saturation. Okay, here for saturation you will be needing more field current in practical machines. That is not being considered here. It is a linear one, so that you will be calculating for less field current. That's why it is having less value than the actual voltage regulation. That's why it is called optimistic method. Optimistic method of voltage regulation. This is important. Okay, MMF method is called optimistic method. This is important. Okay, which of the following is optimistic method will be asked. Okay, that is MMF method or ampere turn method. Okay, this is about ampere turn method or MMF method. Okay, let us take a problem so that you can understand better. So let us have a problem. Here we have a 3.5 MVA rated alternator, 3.5 mega volt amperes, star connected alternator rated at 4160. This is terminal voltage. Okay, 50 Hz, has open circuit characteristics as this table indicates the open circuit data. Okay, so we have to draw a graph between field current and generator EMF so that will become open circuit characteristics. Okay, so here the question is, a field current of 200 amperes is found necessary to circulate full load current under short circuit of alternator. Here the machine needs 200 amps of field current to circulate full load current under short circuit condition. Okay, this is one point. Okay, then find voltage regulation for synchronous impedance method, that is EMF method, and MMF method at a power factor of 0.8 power factor lagging. Then we have to neglect the armature resistance. Okay, so let us try to understand. This is a problem related to our synchronous impedance method and MMF method. Okay, we are going to find each and every method, then we can find out the voltage regulation. For that, let us write down the given data so that we can get a clarity. Given data is the machine rating is S equal to apparent power, that is 3.5 MVA. Because it is star connected, the phase voltage will become line voltage by root 3. Okay, and voltage regulation can also be substituted with line values because it is a ratio. Okay, line value by line value will be cancelled, so there will be no need to substitute phase voltage in the ratio. You can directly substitute the line voltage. Okay, so given data has terminal voltage as 4160 volts as it is 3 phase. This is line to line RMS. Okay, that is line to line voltage. We term is line voltage, frequency 50 Hz, open circuit characteristics as IF and I like this, and a field current of 200 is found necessary to circulate the full load current under short circuit condition. So this is a field current to get full load armature current under short circuit condition. That is, this is our IFA here. That is IFA. That is field current to generate or produce required. This is IFA is nothing but field current required to produce rated armature current under short circuit condition. So that is nothing but 200 amperes. IFA is our 200 amperes. Then find the voltage regulation for ZS and MMF for power factor of cos pi equal to 0.8 lagging. RA, neglect the armature resistance, means RA is 0. Then ZS will be equal to XS. We need to find XS. Okay, and we need to find IFM. IFM is field current, main field current required to generate rated voltage under open circuit condition. Okay, the rated voltage, terminal voltage is 4160. Okay, 4160 volts. So for 4160 the rated field current is 150 here. That means this is our IFM, 150 amperes. I hope you understand. From the given data OCC characteristics, the rated terminal voltage will be obtained at a field current of 150, that is called IFM, field current to get rated terminal voltage under open circuit condition. Okay, so this is the data given. We have to find the voltage regulation of synchronous impedance method and MMF method. Okay, so let us try to perform for synchronous impedance method. Okay, so let us try to perform synchronous impedance method. Okay, so synchronous impedance method, first one is synchronous impedance method. Synchronous impedance method is we are going to find ZS that is Zs equal to open circuit voltage by short circuit current. Here open circuit voltage is nothing but for a 200 amps of short circuit current, what is the open circuit voltage? This is what we are going to find. This is not rated voltage, this is open circuit voltage. Okay, here the given data is this is terminal voltage. We need to find a open circuit voltage at a field current of 200 amps, because we need to find ISC and VOC at IF is same, the field current should be same. Okay, so for 200 amps of field current, what is the terminal voltage, what is the short circuit current, we are going to find. Here the field current 200 amps is to supply the full load current, that means 200 at IF equal to 200 amps, the armature current is IA, and at the same field current only we need to find E naught. Okay, so let us find IA first. IA is armature current under short circuit condition, that can be obtained by S by root 3 times our line voltage. Okay, and E naught at 200 amperes of field current is, this is E naught at 200 is 4750. Okay, so you can find the IA using the given data, that is 3.5 into 10 power 6 by root 3 into terminal voltage is 4160. So what is IA here? The armature current here is 486 amperes, 486 amperes, and terminal voltage is line voltage here. So the phase voltage V phase equal to VL by root 3, that will become V phase equal to 4750 by root 3. So what is its value? The phase voltage is 2740. So we have obtained phase voltage of open circuit voltage, this is EOC and this is ISC, short circuit current. So you can obtain Z here. I hope you understand here. Here we need to find VOC and ISC at same field current. So we got ISC at a 200 amperes of field current. That ISC is nothing but our field armature current. So we can obtain the armature current with this rated power and terminal voltage, that is given by 3.5 into 10 by root 3 into line voltage. This is our open circuit voltage at 200 field current, that is phase volt. So this is rated. So this is rated armature current under short circuit condition at 200 amps of field current. Now we need to find open circuit voltage, we need to find rated voltage under open circuit condition at the same field current. Okay, the given data shows that at 200 amps of field current, the open circuit voltage is 4750. As this is line value, we are going to convert it to phase value because it is a star connected. V phase equal to VL by root 3, that is given by 2740. So this is EOC, this will be ISC. Okay, so we are going to divide these two so that we can get ZS. Okay, so ZS will be equal to V open circuit by I short circuit at a IF is same. Okay, here IF is 200 amperes, for VOC as well as for ISC. So I am going to substitute the values here. VOC is 2740 and ISC is 486 amperes. So the synchronous impedance will be equal to 5.64 ohm per phase. Because it is a 3 phase, we need to mention it is as ohm per phase. Okay, this is synchronous impedance. So synchronous impedance is nothing but phasor sum of RA and XS. As the armature resistance is neglected, so we are going to remove this. So our ZS will be equal to XS, which is equal to 5.64 ohm per phase. Okay, so you got XS here, so that you can obtain E naught value. E naught equal to VT cos pi plus IA RA whole square plus VT sin pi plus IA XS whole square. As it is lagging, this will be plus. Okay, 1 by 2 root. Okay, so we are going to substitute the values here. That will be VT is terminal voltage. So phase voltage, terminal voltage phase voltage is 4160 by root 3, 4160 by root 3 into cos pi is 0.8 plus IARA term RA is 0, so that will be 0 plus VT is 4160 by root 3, sin pi will be 0.6 for cos pi 0.8, so plus IA is 486 phase value, it is line value. So line value phase value are same because the line value IL equal to I phase for star connected. Okay, because we need to substitute phase values, the phase value will be equal to line value, that is 486. Okay, into XS we have obtained as 5.64 ohm per phase whole square under root. Okay, this is our voltage E naught. Okay, so the value will be equal to 4600 volts. Okay, this is the generated EMF by our alternator. Okay, 4600, but terminal voltage is 4160 by root 3, that is 2400. This is terminal voltage VT phase. Okay, so our voltage regulation will be equal to E naught minus Vt by Vt into 100. All are phase values, right? So that will be E naught is 4600 and Vt will be 2400 by 2400. As it is lagging power factor, the voltage regulation will be positive. So that is around 92.5%. 92.5% is the voltage regulation for synchronous impedance method. Okay, let us write it aside. For ZS method, synchronous impedance method, the voltage regulation for 0.8 lagging is 92.5%. It is very huge, right? Because the power factor is 0.8 power factor lagging, which is very near to unity power factor. So we will be getting maximum rise in the voltage from no load, full load to no load. So that is the idea. So this is for synchronous impedance method. Now let us try to perform the same voltage regulation for MMF method. Okay. So in order to find MMF method, we need to have two field current, that is IFM and IFA. Okay. So here IFM is 200 and IFA is 200, IFM is 150. So this is a phasor sum, which is phasor sum of IFM and IFA. Okay, phasor sum, that means vector sum. So for that we need to have a phase angle, that is power factor angle cos pi. So cos pi is equal cos inverse of 0.8, because cos pi equal to 0.8. So pi will be cos inverse of 0.8. The pi will be equal to 36.52 degrees. This is also one standard value you should remember if you are try to write gate. Okay, so pi is 36.52. So let us try to find the total field current. This is IFM, that is 150, and IFA will be lagged by a power factor angle, that is pi equal to 36.52 degrees, and its magnitude is 200 amperes. So this summation of these two vectors will be our total field current IFT, at which we need to get our open circuit voltage, so that we can substitute the value in voltage regulation, we can get the voltage regulation. Okay, so the total angle here is, it is 90 and it is 30 degrees. 90 plus 36.52 will be 126.52 degrees. So if you apply the parallelogram law, that will be 2a square, a bar plus b bar, parallelogram law will be a square plus b square plus 2ab to cos of angle between them. Okay, so that will be here AC is 150 whole square plus b is 200 whole square plus 2 into 150 into 200 into cos of angle here is 180 minus 126.52 degrees. Okay, here the angle is 180 minus 120 degrees, 120 minus 176.52. So that is under root. I hope you know the parallelogram, right? So that will be equal to 313.8 amperes. The total field current is here 313.8 currents. 313.8 amperes. The total field current, sum of open circuit field current and short circuit field current is 313.8 amperes. So at this point we are going to see the open circuit voltage on OCC curve. So I try to draw a open circuit point. For 50 it was around this point, 100 is it according to given data. For 300 it is 5370, the 300 is around 5370. Okay, and for 350 it is 53550, for 400 5650, for 450 it is 5750. Okay, this is, I try to draw a graph OCC. Now I am going to join the points here so that the total curve will be done. So this is open circuit curve for given data. Okay, almost I tried maximum efforts. Okay, so we need to find a open circuit voltage at 313.8 amperes. Okay, this is our open circuit line and our field current is this one. So at 313.8 amps, that means around after 300 it will be 313. Let us consider this is at 313.8 amperes field current. So we need to choose a line on the open circuit which is equivalent to our field current of 313.8 amperes. So this will become our, this will be our E open circuit or MMF method. Okay, at this much of field current, this is the terminal voltage. So the terminal voltage here is around 5440. If you actually draw the graph, you can obtain it 5440. This is line voltage. Okay, so the terminal voltage for 313 total field current is 5440 volts. Okay, which is greater than 5000, because for 300 it is 5370. For 313.8 it will be 313, it will be greater than 5370, that is 5440. Okay, so let us find the voltage regulation here. Voltage regulation is equal to, it can be E naught line voltage minus VT line voltage by VT line voltage, because the line ratio will get cancelled. So E naught line voltage here we obtained is E naught line voltage we obtained for 313 amperes of field current is IF equal to 313, that is 5440 minus terminal voltage 00 minus 4160 by 4160. So that voltage regulation is 30.7. So for EMF method it was 92.5, for MMF method it is 30.7. So EMF method is having more voltage regulation value for compared to MMF method, but EMF method is value is greater than actual value, MMF method is less than actual value. So actual voltage regulation value is in between 92.5 to 30.7% voltage regulation. So if you have any doubt in this problem, you can contact me. You know where to contact me, right? Thank you.